there's something about a train wreck where you just can't turn away. And then, of course, you have to watch the aftermath as well. Or maybe that's just me. We are going to talk today about the Greek train wreck, the Greek crisis, which is destroying their economy right now as we speak. A bank run is underway in the nation of Greece. The Greek citizens are pulling all of their money out of their banks as quickly as they can, and they're either stuffing it under their pillows or they're sending it to banks that are not based in Greece. That is the greatest indicator of the people's faith in their economy. But irregardless of all of that, the European Union and the IMF have decided to step in with a $146 billion bailout for Greece. And you know, it's not as if Greece is some sort of victim in all of this. The people of Greece did this to themselves. Yes, they did, as a whole, as a society. They led themselves to the ends that they are currently facing, which may simply be delayed for a few more months by the IMF bailout. You see, back when the European Union was forming, they had very strict guidelines on allowing other nations to enter the European Union. You had to have balances and budgets that were in line with certain numbers. You know, if you were a country that was, in debt up to your eyeballs, you were not allowed to enter the EU. So what happened was Greece applied for European Union membership, and they essentially cooked the books to make their budget problems seem far less significant than they were. But about a year ago, the Greek Prime Minister couldn't hide the problems any longer. This is after they were admitted to the European Union, and they fessed up. They told the world just how badly their budget problems were. And we're talking about a difference of having a 3% budget deficit to having a 13% budget deficit. That is night and day in the world of finances. Well, over time, people in the financial world began to take a closer look at Greece. Because if they were lying about their finances to enter the European Union, it's possible that they were lying about other things. And it turns out they were lying about a whole bunch of other things. Namely, that their society is completely corrupt through and through. I'm not just talking about bribery of public officials. I'm talking about citizens en masse not paying their taxes. And not just citizens, but businesses as well. Tax avoidance is almost cultural in Greece. Can you believe that? It's cultural. Maybe they've never heard of the IRS. Maybe they don't have an IRS. But whatever the case, people in Greece don't pay taxes. When you go to, let's say get your car fixed, if you were to ask for a receipt, the mechanic would be insulted and try to avoid at all costs giving you a receipt. Same thing if you go to a newspaper stand all over the country. There are no receipts. Everything is cash transactions because nobody wants to pay the government taxes. Now you tell me, even if the IMF bails out Greece to the tune of $146 billion, how will that change their corrupt culture? It won't. It will not change their corrupt culture. The government of Greece can impose as many austerity measures as they want, but the people, I'm sure, will find a way around. They will try to avoid their taxes even more, because they will look at the government taking their fair share as being burdensome, as being outrageous. I mean, the government of Greece has not yet even begun to impose the austerity measures, and already they are rioting in the streets, throwing firebombs, and they're clubbing officers with sticks. You should go on the internet and look at this. It's crazy. These people are insane. And I don't normally think that unions are a bad thing, but in Greece, unions rule the day, and they control everything. And amazingly, they are not willing to budge an inch, not even an inch. And this is as their nation is absolutely broke. So, I think we should all sit back and enjoy watching the European Union disintegrate. Because if they're willing to waste $146 billion, of which the European Union is paying $80 billion, and we are covering the rest, if Germany, the citizens of Germany, are willing to throw their hard-earned money at this corrupt country who will never get their budget deficit to 3%, by the year 2014, as is stipulated by the IMF. If they want to do this, I say, let's let them. I will sit here and have popcorn as you expend your life savings to keep the people of Greece happy and fat.